To repaint that panel, you're looking at $800 or something like that. John would be a fraction of that cost, and he could do it while the car is here. Knock, knock. Modern Dent Removal's here, huh? Tony with Dr. ColorChip. Hello, how are you today? Good to see you guys. Oh my gosh. Where's John?
Tony.
There's Mr. John.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on?
Good to see you, sir.
What brings you up to this neck of the woods?
Well, we had a delivery.
We ordered that yesterday.
You ordered it yesterday, and I figured, you know, I was coming up, and it's the least we could do to say thank you and hand deliver your special order.
Fantastic.
So thank you so much.
Do I still have to pay the freight?
No, we backed that out.
Awesome.
So yes, you owe me $2.
Okay, great. Well, welcome. This is the first time you've seen our shop.
I know, this is awesome, and I know we're also planning to come up here because you have been a great supporter for just a couple of months. You've had some really good success with our product.
Yeah.
And I just, first of all, on behalf of Dr. ColorChip, can't thank you enough for the nice things you've said and done and the times we've talked and whatnot. Anyways, I wanted to come up, see your shop. John is a PDR specialist, Paintless Dent Repair specialist. He has a shop, it's called Modern Dent Removal. We are in Jensen Beach, Florida, just north of our offices down in Palm Beach. But I wanted to come up and first of all say thank you to you and your team, but I also wanted to see what you did and see what you do. I know you've just checked in this nice Mustang. He's got a little bit of PDR
It turns
work.
out that paint chips are more prevalent than dents, actually. So, and then what we're getting ready to start doing now is that we advertise at 3 really major car washes in the area, and all of them now are getting new signage to reflect that with Dr. ColorChip as well. Yeah, we love it.
Well, I knew from when we first started talking and the several times we've talked since that you're a good marketing guy. Your team is good marketing, but you back it up with what you do. So, you know, that balance is why I'm here. Because, you know, for us at Dr. ColorChip, the PDR world has been a really, really great world for us the last few years. A lot of supporters, Brian Shutt and a lot of his folks, John. And so I just wanted to show our friends in the Dr. ColorChip world what a PDR shop looks like. And you've got a nice display of Dr. ColorChip there. Thank you so much for doing that. And you know, I know we're going to do maybe a little bit of work on one of the vehicles.
We actually happen to have one that we're getting ready to do right now.
But one of the things I want to highlight before people get bored watching this video of me and us is you brought this in, and well, first of all, let's backtrack a little bit. You know, many years ago, you used Dr. ColorChip.
Well, I was working, we do work for car dealerships as well. And we were at a Mercedes dealership, and I saw, it wasn't you, it was another, and he had this fanny pack right here. And I'm very suspicious of people on the lot, because, you know, I'm thinking, you know, they might be a dent guy. And he was working on a Mercedes, it was a silver, and he put the thing like this, went in, and I thought, what in the world is that? And then I thought, this is the most amazing product ever. And because my friend owns a touch-up company, you know, so I was being protective of him, and then, and then end up seeing you at Mobile Tech. You know, I wasted, unfortunately, a long time before I finally decided to do it.
But you've used our product, because I think you said there, you've used it a couple of times over the last few years.
Yes,
or
and I told every person that came into my shop about it, about your product, and people used it, and I'm sure I've sold hundreds and hundreds, you know, were recommended to maybe 1,000 people. And
that's one of the things historically with Dr. ColorChip and paint touch-up, as people have thought about it over the years, is paint touch-up has a bad reputation. It's hard to do, leaves paint blobs, takes forever. You know, it just doesn't give you the results, and it's just really not a profit center.
Well, you have an argument with yourself whether it's worth it or not with regular touch-up.
Exactly.
Unless it's black.
Yeah.
And everything else, it's not.
So at the end of the day, long story short, you know, you grabbed the bull by the horns and you ordered a system. And here you are as an established...
Every day, maybe it's 30% more to my business, maybe more.
Yeah, I mean a 30% growth in your revenue with not a lot of time invested. So the ROI, hey, there you are, little baby doggy. With not a lot of time invested, the thing is, you know, here's a Paintless Dent Repair PDR specialist with an existing business, been in business for many years. How many years have you been in business?
32 years.
Yeah, he's only 32 years. So, you know, he's kind of new at it. But he, you know, grabbed the bull by the horns with Dr. ColorChip. and it's a great bolt-on to your business. It's a great way to have increased revenue and obviously net profit on an annualized basis. You're per car. I mean, you told me a couple of these cars, I don't know, the Bentley or something like that, they were pretty good. And
yeah, there could not be a better accompaniment to a business than Dr. ColorChip and my paintless dent removal. It goes hand in hand.
Right, right. Hey, baby dog. That's why we wanted to come up and talk to John, because he has an immediate success, an immediate profit margin increase, and you know, and it's not that hard to do. I know the color reader in the beginning, there was a couple of bumps.
There's a learning curve.
Yeah, there was a learning curve because, you know, when you're doing this professionally, you know, we sell, you know, over 10,000 DIY kits every month to people that don't know what they're doing. But when you're doing this every day, you know, there's a lot of different types of damage and different colors and things like that. And, you know, the color reader, there was a couple bumps out of the road, but you've gotten over that hump.
It's great.
Yeah, and the color readers helped. And you said something a little earlier. You said there hasn't been, he has the 100 color mobile system, right? And the thing is he just said to me, and I'll ask him, how many times have you not had the color that you needed?
I thought once, but it turns out it was just twice.
Yeah, 2 times.
And we've worked on 200 cars, maybe 300, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, there's the commercial system, the color ranges and the color libraries are very current. We've just updated them again last fall. You know, even those cement colors and the concrete colors have been added to the system, except for that one Honda color.
Yeah. Well, and the best thing is that we order the paint, and I wasn't even really aware of this until just recently, but we can get the color code, and the next day or day after we have it.
Right.
And I mean, that is spot on.
Well, you ordered that one yesterday and you got it today.
Yeah.
So anyways, but no, we just wanted to say thanks, and we'll take a quick break. John's got to do a couple of things, but we'll come back in a minute and maybe do a little touch up and show you how he does the process. But at the end of the day, we just wanted to come up and say thank you for everything you're doing.
It's a great
for us.
partnership. It's a great partnership. Now we also offer this new service. It's called Dr. ColorChip, and it is just remarkable. Very inexpensive compared to the options of painting. It's touch-up, but it's not your dad's touch-up. Not, you know, it doesn't look like somebody
Paint
blew
blob.
blue booger on there. It's a really remarkable, refined process.
Yeah, we have the commercial. What John
And this
has
is Tony. Tony owns the company
Hi.
here.
I'm just one of the spokes in the wheel at Dr. ColorChip, but so what we have and what John has brought on and been very successful, that's why we're filming today, is Dr. ColorChip is a very quick and efficient way to address all of this stuff that your eye gets drawn to, because you don't like looking at that, I'm sure, right? And so if you could fix that quickly and inexpensively, I mean, to repaint that panel, you're looking at $800 or something like that. John would be a fraction of that cost, and he could do it while the car is here. And so it's something that makes your car look better, your eyes aren't drawn to the damage. He has a commercial system over here that he can do a match by eye with a color reader to get a great color match. He also has the option, if you want to even take it further, he can order this exact paint color code so that even under a microscope it matches. However, the commercial systems work great. We have thousands, I've probably 1,200 of them out there across the country. We make the paint for Tesla, SpaceX, and AutoNation, and you know, a lot of folks. So we're pretty well vetted. One of the things that's interesting is as he's working on the dent on this Mustang, you know, he's like, well, we like this a little bit better and this.
Hey.
And what we provide when we have a new commercial user, what we provide is we provide all of the tools you need to use the system. But everybody's different. And everybody develops their own little process, their own little tweaks. You know, he likes this towel. Well, you know, we provide a lint-free white cotton wiping cloth, right? But some people have something different that they like. And that's just the way that these systems work. He's going to apply things maybe a little bit differently. His team's going to apply things maybe even different than him, because it's like art almost. You know, at the end of the day, you are developing your own process, but it's a way more efficient process, and it's a process that gives pretty good results. So
That gray for a brand new Honda Civic. That's, and we match it there.
Yep.
And he came in yesterday and we put it on. It was a long scratch, and it looked like I can't describe how it just made it disappear, and it was perfect. And the guy looked at it and said, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing." It was a very noticeable. Car was 2 months old.
Yeah.
And they caught it was all over the lip right here, and it looked like you took a razor blade sideways and
we appreciate that, but I don't want to sell this as magic in a bottle. It's not body shop in a bottle, but it does provide some pretty good results. Come here. And I love John's passion, and many of our commercial users have that passion because folks like you take pride in this car. This is a nice car. I have a 65 Mustang, so I understand. And so it's something that, there's a lot of these marks here that can go away. And I'll let him discuss the financial part with you, but it doesn't have to be very expensive. I'm just gonna put some paint in here. First time, let it drip down. Just let it drip down. Well, I had a guy who complained about his color reader, and the color readers, I've got probably 60, 70 of them out there at minimum. If not, I don't know, probably more. But, and his issue wasn't even the color, it was defective. Just gonna let that dry for a minute, and once that's dry, then we're just gonna do the step 2, which we've all seen before, so. So this was like a V scratch. And what I'm doing now is just kind of trying to remove the excess from around it prior to going over it. Clean my area here. So I can see looks like what they did was they did some PDR work, because if I look in the light, just the right way, you can see how they fixed that. But this is why Dr. ColorChip is a great add-on for PDR, because a lot of dents, the paint is missing. And this is under a fluorescent light by Miss Alexa from 6 inches away. And you might be able to come back and do another fill and make it a little more level, but from an I might come back and do that one just a hair bit more. But other than that, you can see it's a heck of a lot better for a repair product.
What is your plan?
So one question before we go. First of all, thanks again for your time.
Oh,
you guys are great. I did a first coat over there for you. I'll show you that in a second.
Okay.
But thanks again for your support. And the last question I want to leave you with is, when is John and Modern Dent going to be in the PDR Olympics at Mobile Tech Expo?
I don't want to know how good I am.
Those are amazing, aren't they?
I don't want to know how good I am.
There's guys that come in with those patches all over.
I know, they all, the ego. I've been told 500 times I'm the least egotistical dent guy. For some reason, these guys get these egos. I've had guys that work for me,
There's some groups that fly in from overseas.
Oh, I know.
And they have all of their patches, and they're a team.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I'm like, oh my God, it's hilarious. But we look forward to seeing you before then. I know that's a ways off yet. It's still spring here in Florida, but I will be going to the PDR Expo in Vegas later this year. So it's going to be an exciting show. Mobile Tech puts that on. It's a very small show right now, but we love supporting them and the PDR world. But thanks again for your time.
So in closing, it's fantastic. Doing this here is such a blend into our business, and people love it, and it's profitable, and it's something that's difficult enough that people want us to do it, because you can buy the kit. But when people come in, they'll pay the money and for the service. It's fantastic.
The last thing I'd say is 8 out of 10 cars have chips or scratches on them. 7 out of those 8 people are either afraid to do it, don't know how to do it, or had a bad experience with a paint pen. Yeah. Hence, to your point, Modern Dent in Jensen Beach, Florida Modern Dent Removal has been here for over 30 years. Please come support them, and we appreciate your time. Thanks a lot, everybody. Cheers.
Good, wonderful. All right, thanks, kids. Appreciate it.
I did a